YouTube live streaming. It's never quite simple. Right. Bloody hell. Just give me some hope. I'm not going to let this timer run that whole time, but no one's here, so whilst it's quiet, a bit of a technical problem getting logged in today. Not entirely sure, but it looks as though... Oh yes, I've got to reset my bitrate for YouTube every time as well. I probably can't change this now on the fly. Let's try. Let's see if that applies postly. Right, I'll be right with you, chat. Whenever people turn up, it's right there. I am nearly ready. Sorry for the thing, Despite the delays, I am here. Despite the lack of everyone showing up, I'm here. Okay, well, I guess that's, I guess it is what it is today then. Back, no chat. I blame Iron. I fully blame Iron. If it wasn't for the fact that he helps support the stream, like he does, when he does, I'd be upset. But it's Iron, so I don't mind. That is the last time I stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning on a weekday playing Tarkov with him. It's just too much to do, and this commitment needs to be more persistent and consistent. Not happy with being 5 or 10 minutes late, really. Certainly not happy about the fact that no one's turned up today. But maybe that is the difference of turning up 10 minutes late. Fucking glove. Okay. Right, okay. Right, we'll do a little quick post to the other platforms. Stick him on here, I suppose. We're very zoomed in, aren't we? Should we zoom out? Go on then. No one here to stop me. Weird. Really weird. I'll do. Quite like to get that flush, but of course we're going to be working on this lad. Let me have a look at Ophelian's copy pasta from the other day. Where he matches up my which Tzangor goes with which set of arrows. Quiver and which disc. He also penned one the other day of which ones were meant to be on which disc. Right, very important for the spearmen. Do not use Warhammer website for the spearmen terms of discs. They go on different from the bowmen. So it's the spearmen that are going on different discs that he had to do the copy pasta for. We're copying what the GW has for the bowmen. Okay, fine. Right, okay, so this one is the one on the metal disc. Confirmed. The one on the fleshy disc with the bowman is the one with a little bit of feathers of fur around his eyes. And obviously, leader goes on the eyeball job. Okay, got it right. I guess we'll work on the actual Tzangor. If we get the Tzangor done, unlikely. Although the skin is probably the hardest part, and we've done that. If we get them done, then we'll do the disc. We've very much nearly finished this one, which we're doing over on Twitch. Where are my other painting holders? Must have stuff on. Will I even use it, to be fair, today with this? I'd have to get his disc finished in order to, and then on to his stand, wouldn't I? In order to actually get it done with a holder. So probably not. Damn. Can't remember the last time I had a empty stream. But it's running. It is all working. Best as I can tell. Oh. Shit. Somebody will show up, I would have thought, eventually. Alright. Holy fuck. That's a bit of an issue, the way that happened this morning, thinking about it. Interesting. Yeah, we had issues connecting again. Different to the ones that we had yesterday. So otherwise we would have been... Okay, well, really disappointing in my Discord this morning. That this is not an impressive show. Everyone better be busy as fuck. Frankly. Because this is disappointing. Right, okay, I'll just ignore it. Crack on. I was going to take a picture of these so that I could post. Try again. Right, throw those on. Okay. Had a good stream on Twitch last night after this one at 6 o'clock. I'm doing like a semi-hardcore PvE playthrough with Iron and Totally, who I'm guessing have not showed up for similar reasons. I still haven't had my lion's mane completely. But yeah, absolutely last time. Last time we go through that on a weeknight. I feel fine. It's more the fact that it's the lateness of things I detest. Yeah, no, everyone's asleep. I won't bother anyone for getting them on. How? It's not actually a great picture of them at all. That is a better picture of them. Oh. Oh, okay, so Tuesday is going to be a quiet one by the looks of things this week. Cool. Okay. Nearly done doing what I'm doing. Cool. Just got changes on that. Actually gonna edit the thumbnail on this. Sure, let's call it that. Wow, everything. I've been fucking logged out of everything today, haven't I? I guess. Weird. Wonder if that's also what everyone else has been through or something. Everyone's having to log back into stuff or something. Wow, man. Okay. I will do some painting. Hey, well, I feel like I could say the same thing, but about people arriving. But thank God someone did. Thanks, Tony. How you doing, man? I'm all right. Although, to be honest, like I'm never doing what we did last night again. I just don't do, like, my body just likes, you're in a raid, fair. Oh, man. I mean, I am looking forward to painting, so I can't exactly say that I wish I could join you, because I do want to paint. But, also, Tarkov was great. It was great to play some Tarky last night, but I can't. Midnight now is my cut-off. Hard cut-off. Yeah, I bet. So have I. Like, my second alarm didn't wake me up, so I just woke up naturally at like 5. Was it like? Well, yeah, like after 10, basically, when I was already meant to be live, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And for a moment, I was very pissed off at you and Iron. But then I was like, this is totally my fault. This is all my fault. I can't blame those guys. No, did you through a landmine? He got jumped by Killer. Ah, okay. So the Scav got jumped by Killer when it was a PMC and got jumped by Killer. Okay. Savage. Yeah, I got his raid with 3 perk keys, blue purple key, 6 purple white. What? 3 perp keys, blue key, 6 perp items. What do you mean, perp? I assume purple key, something to do with labs, and blue key. But you didn't get 3 purple and blue keys or something, did you? And 6, what do you mean 6 perp items though? 6 purple items. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the purple background that they have. Yes. That is that streamer loot? I'm trying to think what the purple items are. Do you know what? We better do some painting before I make my second coffee. But I don't know. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is like it's as if I was up drinking alcohol is the amount of regret that I have. That's where I'm at right now, where I'm literally like never again. Like it's just I actually have gotten used to, and usually I will. But I've also got to do other things, like log in stuff. I've been logged out of everything. So that's another reason why we were basically late today. Is we just logged out of fucking everything, and it was just like, okay, cool. So I have to just log into everything, do I, today? It's as if I've like wiped my browser. Although I do have it set to do it every once in a while anyway. I never expect it when it does happen. Right, okay. Okay, Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not actually happy with that password. Even if it is a really good one. I'm not happy with it. So I'm getting used to a few things. Let me catch up the chat. Entering a raid. Okay, cool man. Enjoy it. Which way are you entering into? Where are you raiding? I can't wait to get Lighthouse unlocked. That's the thing. Once Lighthouse is unlocked, hold on. Right, I had to send some messages there. Right, cool. Okay, Banana's saying that maybe this weekend he might be up for it. Although I'll be away this weekend. Got a few messages. Okay, right, that's done. Sorry. Right, sorry, I have fucking messages. So, right, okay, done. That's done. That's done. Okay. Okay, cool. That's good. Sorted. All of those things sorted. That. Now I need to do this. This is ridiculous, isn't it? There's a stream. Okay, right. So there's Oh, Nor's logging in to X. This is the worst time to do this, but I guess hopefully I can return to it. It's just, I know that these sorts of things are really fucky nowadays. And if you fuck stuff up with logins, they can make it really difficult for you to get back into your account and stuff. Customs, nice. Nice. Okay. Right, okay. It's like, I know I've set up two-factor authentication for this, and this should be way easier. Man, what a struggle. What a struggle. That was. Well, at least I got that. Now I can just click on that, right? Right, that'll do. And then let's do one there. Yes, just what a joke. It's that's happened. These things happen, and this is why waking up to like get a stream started on Twitch would be more or less fine, but on YouTube it's not, because that requires kind of being logged into everything, and this can happen on the rare occasion. So yeah, there you go, lesson learned. God damn it. Okay. I'll do. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of probably should have known that. I guess. On reflection, I should have. I mean, at the end of the day, my alarm did me. My alarm and playing Tarkov with you and I, and totally did me. Say, this is a lesson that I should really have learned at this point in my life. And certainly there is a certain amount of that where I think comes from thinking that shit is acceptable because of my dad, the way he was with stuff. Anyway. Gonna just throw the metallics on the base today of the metallics. Turn. Need more than that. I don't want that much. Don't actually want that much of that, so unsoak that brush. Just want a little bit of this, even though I am also going to add a shadow to shadow colour. Just going to use a little bit of Rhinot tile. It's totally counterintuitive to add like any higher value paint to paint that we're about to shade down. Part of the reason I'm doing it is to help with coverage of the metallic paint a little bit, because it will not cover amazingly on its own. And I know that we're adding Rhinot tile, which would probably help it quite a lot, but that should be about right. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like a perfect match for what was underneath there. get all that down into one sort of spot so it lasts as long as possible in the well. Hey, man, if you think you are, if you think you're getting used to the new schedule, you're not the only one. Oh man, I entirely blame Iron and TD here. I'm gonna have to get another coffee. Is it working for you at least? It's gonna work. It's what I wanted to do for ages, man. Like, I've wanted to do this for just the longest time. Like, this is kind of like the whole plan was to basically do live streaming separately on both platforms, be consistent with YouTube and Twitch in that way, and to post on every other platform every day. It's just there's been like stupid interruptions and stuff like messing with my head, you know, and messing with my productivity and focus and yeah, which some of you know about, but we won't talk about. You know, kind of just working through that now, basically trying to get back to what our original intention was before we got kicked out of our place, like in February, kind of thing, you know. Which I think is going to work. I am going to make another coffee. Okay. I think it's going to maybe be one of those days, though. You ever get a feeling like it's going to be one of those days? Like, wake up late, have the bowl of the coffee thing, like just fall out and go all over the floor like just now, make a mess. Have to ignore that until we've done some painting. It will work. I'm just a bit disappointed in myself for having gone to bed so late. And like, I've genuinely gotten myself into a really good sleep schedule most of the time. I'm usually in bed by midnight. I'm usually up by like 7 or 8 as a result. And I need less hours of sleep when I go to sleep at the right time. And so the new schedule works for me because it like locks me in, which I think I need. I don't think it would work for me doing like a 6-hour stream on Twitch and doing like a dual stream. I think it would tire me out. But yeah, the new schedule gives me time, man. Gives me time in the day to actually like do a lot of stuff, which I think the aim was, as each day this week goes on, I would like combine more things into the schedule, like, or not combine more things, I would like execute more of the things that are in the schedule. So like yesterday we just did the streams and I posted to Facebook and Twitter. And today we'll do at least that, but I'll also put like a reel on Instagram, for example. And then like tomorrow we'll do a story on Instagram, maybe, you know? And all of the above that we've just done for today. And then Thursday we'll do a reel, a post, a story on Instagram. may go live on X for a short while, just to show people what we do on there. And I might start responding to, I might actually start engaging in tweets as well, and like getting involved in like Twitter conversations. So far, despite my cock up of going to bed at the stupid o'clock, yeah, I think it is working. I think like I can see how this ramps up over the week, and then by the end of the week, I'm kind of getting close to where I want to be with my sort of daily Monday to Friday schedule. And then who knows, maybe I'll be so addicted to posting to Instagram or something, I'll post on weekends too. Or something, you know? Oh, that's it, I can remember all the things now, yeah. As the comfort of my second coffee, like on my way, puts me at ease. Alright, cool. So I don't know. You hear all of that? Did you hear all of that? Hope so. I know you're probably working and lurking, so. But yeah, no, it's I think it will work. It's gonna work. And despite my, like I said, despite my cock up today, arriving here late, and last night of going to bed late, playing games with Iron and TD. Yeah, it's I like the new schedule. It locks me in. I've had a healthier sleep schedule the last like week for it. It's nice to just have like the, you know, the thing that I wanted to be doing and focusing on being the thing that I can just get on and focus with, like, on, and not have stupid stuff that's gotten in its way. So a bit of a mix of Rhinox hide and Retributor armor, Retributor gold or whatever it's called, and the silver from Vallejo to give us that nice coverage. Skin on this lad is basically done. We'll need to highlight the blue inside these panels, but then we'll also need to blackline it as well, which can come with the shading part of this gold. So it may seem a bit of a weird sort of like work order for this, but basically the work order is do the skin, block in the blue inside the gold armor panels, paint the base coat on the gold, and then highlight up the armor, the blue, which I know seems mad, but the thing is that when you get to the highlighting of the gold, any mistakes that are caused from having to like bring the blue up will disappear, because you have to kind of like go over the edges of things anyway with the highlight. And also we're going to be dropping in that line of shadow wherever we need it. So we will, we'll base this down, then we'll highlight the blue armor up, and then we'll shade the gold down, and in doing so, we will create that that shading that I'm talking about in between the gold and the blue, that little black line. Then we can highlight up the gold, and that whole area is done, and it's sort of in an order that means that we'll get little issues and mistakes to have to roll backwards and forwards on. We'll only sort of have to go over potential mistakes in theory once, so long as we only make them that once. If any of that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I appreciate you two coming in, guys. It's very, very good of you. It's necessary at the moment. It's like, no, am I going to be able to do 3 hours without at least knowing there's a couple of people? But to be fair, like the live streams are getting okay views. I think, if I recall, we got some. The last stream and Friday's stream, we got, I thought, for sort of first live streams on a new channel. Well, not new channel, but that you know, a good, really good level of interaction, and not a bad showing for numbers when we're very used to a Twitch crowd, you know. And especially as we're used to like being able to listen to copyright music. It's a different stream here than what we have over on Twitch. Yeah, because that works actually as well. This is the order of things we've got. Nice. Always happy when we're using the YouTube audio library and a tune that I actually think I quite like comes on. Oh, we got rubbish camera angle, right? As in, or not angle necessarily, but let me make it so that you guys actually kind of can see what I'm painting a little bit better. So, need to throw some blue in that spot there. Yeah, I've just got to get what's on the brush off now. So, just layering that mix down. Yeah, I like the new schedule. I wouldn't have settled for it, you know. I was like, that's actually pretty good for me. That's pretty good. A 9 o'clock start, you know, a 9 o'clock kind of finish. with time for lunch and whatnot in between. Oh, I need to set up. Need to make sure Botrix is logged in, so we get alerts for any new subscribers coming in, which hasn't been happening. We haven't been. We're no doubt not highly recommended in the live feed. I would have thought, unless people are into mini painting. I need to make sure actually I've got the right tags in there for that too. Anyway, I'll do that in a bit. Found a weapon repair kit. Nice. That is big. And the quicker you can get to repairing your own weapons in the game, like the quicker that you can, get the most out of a weapon repair kit by leveling up. So that's big. I'm going to go for 9 Inch Nails and Radiohead collab, inject the depression straight into my veins. No, why? Why are you like this? Don't be like this. I've been there. What about like, cause hold on. What about? It's all about the what about. Is it 9 Inch Nails and like the Beatles where there's that awesome mashup track that like got yeeted off of YouTube a few times, probably by like one or the other's label going, nah, you can't do this and that. It's just kind of, I guess, fair or something. Fair in the music industry in one sentence together. I need to look. Some of the best music is made in bad times. True. Yeah, can't argue with that. That's a sentiment that even if someone couldn't give examples for, I feel like I could argue why that is the case. I spent a lot of time listening to like melancholic music and being melancholy, and I couldn't help but feel like eventually that there was probably a connection there. Is that the end of the music? Kind of looks like it's the end of the music. When I say the end of the music, what I mean is the end of the 100 tracks that are listed here on the R&B. There are more. There's more. There's 44 more. I thought there was another 100 or so more, but oh, there is. There's another 200. About. Okay. Clearly, YouTube Studio is confused as to how many tracks it has in this category. Oh, I got like an itchy face today. I'm going to end up with like a spot or something. Why have I got this? Why I got that sensation? I'm just going to go and blast my face with water. That was probably, I feel like that was a great idea. That was a good shout. That was a great shout, actually. That's better. Oh man, like if you're looking for that 9 Inch Nails, like Beatles or Stones, it's either the Stones or the Beatles in its 9 Inch Nails track. I haven't had a cigarette. This is yeah. So lesson learned. Definitely, this is a lesson learned for me today, because now that we're like focused a little bit more, and we are treating this like a job, which we should have been doing a long time ago. It's just so much rubbish that we've had to deal with. What have I got? Why am I finding eyelashes in my mouth? Do you see what I mean about sometimes you just have one of those days? And I'm feeling like, okay, maybe it is one of those days. So the first thing to do, I tend to find when it is one of those days, is to just take a moment to assess your own state of mind and situation, because it's quite possible that the state of mind is what is causing it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, there's a plan. I like the schedule. It's going to take some getting used to, but it's absolutely like midnight cut off now. Monday to Thursday, Sunday night to Thursday, really. Oh, nice! I think I got some. That's a pretty good bit of tobacco without loads of rubbish. I think that's actually good to go. How rare. Usually I'm sat here messing around with it for ages so that I don't have big massive bits of guff in my tobacco. Very fussy like that. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's alright. But to be fair, we've gotten like quite a bit of gold on that lad there. We will we'll just throw the rest on as soon as I've lit this up and add a little. I've put the paper on the way around. I can do that. I can deal with that. We can go backwards. Oh, okay, right, that's better. I need to get some papers. Every morning I've been wasting paper. It is, it's one of those. It's one of those mornings. It's one of those mornings. It's not, I don't think, to be fair, I'm saying it's one of those days, but one of those days really, I think actually really means like, where if something can go wrong, it does go wrong. And maybe it doesn't seem so bad, the things which are going wrong, because of the fact that I've mitigated against the bad things, to a degree. I don't know what those bad things would be, in fact, because of that mitigation, almost, to a degree. But, okay. Christ, why? Ridiculous. Yeah, I do wish we could play. I'm not sure if we could, though. Because I'm pretty sure, like, there is a way to get around the YouTube DMCA if you do it in a sort of like, if it is literally like a radio thing. So you have to like introduce the artist, and at some point before, like at the beginning or at the end of it, you have to talk about the track a little bit and give some commentary, and you can't play all of it. You have to cut it short before the end. And I think if you do it like that, that you can actually, like, you know, play music, but it has to be a show about the music, and it has to be because I've seen people do that on YouTube, I think. But sorry, I'm off camera because I am just having my morning cigarette. I don't like to always be on camera smoking. Welcome back, welcome in, how's it going? Just putting the shade, the base gold, which is Retributor, Armor, white aluminium, and a little bit of Rhinox hide mixed together. So we've got something a little darker than usual. Oh, okay, that's an issue. I'm gonna have to do that. I don't want to lose all of that gold. Totally forgot that I got water in there. It is, it's one of, yeah, okay, well, thank God I moved my coffee. Because otherwise, see, it's one of those, it's not actually one of those days, because one of those days that my coffee would have been everywhere just then. And it's not. I have it in my hand. We didn't get paint over the model when we tipped the water out or something, you know? And we were full zoom out, so we caught all of that. Amazing, amazing. How is that gold gonna do? Is that gonna be alright? I think it's gonna be alright. Little layer of water on top whilst I have my cigarette is gonna be fine. God dear. Hope you're good, Matt. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in, dude. Got TD playing Tarkov. I feel he's at work, no doubt. Just maybe on a little break. I was up playing with Iron Dragoon and Totally TD. Calling him Totally. I'm not gonna play it at the same time bracket. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm not going to be playing in the same time bracket. Like, I can, if Iron gets on like before midnight, that would be great. But if he doesn't, I don't think he does. That's the thing. He sort of gets on like half 11. Yeah, no, I'll get on, but more or less straight after stream tonight on Twitch. And I'll play until like 11 or something. Maybe 2 hours. Which kind of sucks. The thing I could do, potentially... No, that wouldn't work. I have to see what time Iron's up until. But I could do something horrendous with my body clock. But it is winter time and this would kind of work. Where like, I finish stream, I eat something, I like stay up for half an hour, let my stomach digest it a bit. Go to sleep for 4.5 hours. Wake up in the middle of the night and to play some games with Iron as well. So that he's included. And then go back to sleep after an hour or something? Nah, not a good idea. That's not happening. That's just for jokes suggesting that. But no, I'm keen. As long as, like I say, I'm ramping up everything each day this week, so that by the end of it, we're sort of close to full operations. It'll be fine. I'm fine to game. So I need to game to decompress. So really, we'll go out for walks, which I'll do in between streams every day as well. I think this schedule does really work for me. Once I get it going, it'll be perfect because I've got time to get up in the morning, go for a walk, maybe get something necessary for the day, and I can like post at 9 o'clock on Insta or whatever, and on X to get the morning crowd in Europe, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You end up doing at least 4 to 5 hours on Tarkov before you know it. So, which is not what I'm going to do. I think I'm probably at like, yeah, if I do an hour and a half of gaming, most a day, at most. Thing is, with Tarkov, you need an hour and a half because you typically spend 20 minutes in a raid and you want to get like 3 or 4 raids done at least. And then there's all the time in between for setting up. So, I nearly done having my first cigarette. Won't have another one now until maybe like 2 o'clock. Put my gloves back on. Music's been alright. From the YouTube studio, it's been okay. It's been okay. Passable. Some of them have been even enjoyable. Nah, I don't like vaping. I don't smoke that much. What I needed to do today, and what I started doing last week, was actually having a nicotine patch at the beginning of the day. But just like a quarter of one. That definitely reduced cravings. It was fairly easy to get to the afternoon, like late afternoon, and not have one. And again, it's only because I was up last night. To be fair, I think it's like that's the other thing. If I stay up late, I end up smoking more. Whereas if I go to bed at a normal time, there's only like 2 or 3 smokes in my ashtray from a day, which I think like is fine. It's fine as long as you're like keeping fit and you're eating well and drinking plenty of fluids, and it's not too bad. I think in the long run vapes will turn out to be potentially just as harmful, mainly because of the fact that like you're heating up, most of the time you're heating up plastics at some point in the process and like sucking on plastics. So just going to bed at a normal time is like the best thing. Like having a good sleep schedule for health and for fitness is like the most amazing thing. Well, no, that's the thing. That's why it's a 9 o'clock cutoff, right? That's why I was like actually stopping stream at 9 o'clock for me is perfect. Not only just for me, but like I don't want to have people up at like ridiculous o'clock. Hoping they'll support the stream when like whilst I do want a strong American audience, like primarily I'm looking for commissions in the UK and EU, so it makes more sense to kind of make it a more UK centric time schedule, really. Obviously, the benefit to doing the YouTube live streams is, for my American viewers, is that they've got something that's like, no matter what, Monday to Friday, there's content. And I don't have to click on the upload, or what is it, the release button or whatever it is on Twitch to make it public. The publicize button, which I'm not always super hot with doing on a daily basis. I should just set it so it uploads automatically, to be fair. Right. That should be fine. That'll be fine. What is this, and why have we... Oh, we got a fresh piece of tissue out to soak up all of that mess, didn't we? So yeah, I'm not exactly advocating smoking. I don't mean to advocate smoking, but it's... but I personally enjoy it, and I don't really enjoy vaping. And as, like I say, as long as I keep my smoking to a minimum, which for me is fairly easy because I've never been a really heavy smoker, and it's not something that I find is an issue with my cardio and my general health. Especially with that mullein leaf extract that I've been recommended by Banana. It's made it so that it seems like it really helps with clearing the lungs and keeping them a little fresher. With that. But yeah, normal time, like you said, 10 p.m, 11 p.m. for bed. Midnight really is a good cut-off point, because then it's like I know I'll definitely be up for 8. That gives me like an hour to kind of like be ready for a good post on a couple of platforms. But go past midnight and hell to pay. Maybe like half midnight. Again, like if I close computer down by midnight, then I've been through my bedtime routine by not close down my computer by midnight, then half an hour for a bedtime routine in order to be wound down for bed is easy for me. Oh, let's zoom you in. Reference up. Threes walked past me, didn't shoot, walked out, going out the way I came in, and I was like, nah, they're cool. I turned around, walked through the door, all three of them shoot me. Fuck. I knew that was the next thing you were going to say. What was that? Were you a PMC? Scav, I was gonna say, but fair enough. Fair. Well, make a note of that location and stuff, and you know, it might be that it's a common spawn place. It used to be that there was common spawn places for PMCs when you were a scav on some maps, places that you're very likely to encounter them. And it's quite possible that you'll experience similar behavior again, where, like, you know, if they've walked past you in that spot and shot at you past that doorway once before, they probably would do it again at some stage when you're playing that same map. It's pretty safe to assume that will happen at some stage, so. I was dead before I heard the shot. No, savage. Oh yeah, it's that lad. Okay, yeah. Can I get a zoom in on this lad? Or have I got the 360 of this one? I forget. I do have 360 of this one. Nice, okay, so those are little teeth. By the looks of things. And those are just like attached to... Are they attached to their own piece of cloth? They kind of don't look like they are. Let's get a quick zoom in on this. Okay, no worries. Do 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 do. Little teeth, gold attachments for them all around what could be a gold little thing, and maybe leather, so a couple of like little interesting ones, or just rope. It could be. I think we just treat it like gold. We treat that whole thing the same. It'll look like that. It could be non-metallic. It could be gold. I can't really sure. I think it's non-metallic, but I think it's just probably like browns and creams. And then the little rings running around it are gold. Okay. Okay, let's do a couple of things. Getting the sharper pointed brush out. Looking forward to trying the Reaper paints on Wednesday on Twitch. That'll be fun. That will be fun to get to try out new paints on models I haven't painted before. Try out some Reaper paints on some Reaper minis. Do have lots of Reaper minis now. Between what they've sent me in that box and what Iron sent me last Christmas, it's actually it's like a lot of models at this point to work through. Went a little bit overboard there, didn't we? Pretty heavy, might need to remove some of that. PMCI that look like scabby are more cleaner and have things scabs don't. Oh, what? Oh, let me offload paint. PMCI that look like scabby are more cleaner and have things scabs don't. It doesn't all make sense. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, they do. They have like distinguishing features. The main thing really is like, and it's not a guarantee because you do obviously find scabs with like bear hats, and you do, you know, like depends on if they've looted a dead bear. If they happen to have started, they can just start with one. I don't know if I need to do that there. It's the guns. Obviously speech. The guns that they've got, the speech that they're using. And it's hard to tell between bear and scav to a degree. But they're generally like slightly, like scabs are a little bit more recognizable in that they sound like, I don't know, more casual. I don't know how else to put it. Whereas the bears just sound like a little bit more
Scary? Question mark. Shoes is a big one. Shoes is like a really big one. If you get close enough to see their shoes, then their shoes should tell you a lot. Like that is a big distinguishing feature. But yeah, the guns are going to have attachments where scavs aren't. They typically move more. You know, scavs spend a lot more time, especially if you're a scav. Scavs will be super chill, right? And they won't really move. They'll move slowly, like they're kind of pottering about. But like the PMCs will move with a purpose. In comparison. And that's about all the information that you kind of get.
Oh, I was like, what on earth is going on with this model? But it's the, it's his quiver sticking out from underneath him that made me wonder what I was looking at for a second there. Okay. I really, yeah, do this arm, and then we've got all the golds down. That's their base coats, more or less. I'll do like these areas here. I'm going to use this nicer brush for this part. So Darkroom Minis was sharing with me his video edit. He's been working on this video for quite a while now. I think it's part of the reason why we haven't seen him in chat. Is he is just working away on this mini painting video that's going to be amazing. I just really, really hope that the YouTube algorithm is good and kind to him. I hope that he like uploads it and leaves it on there for at least 24 hours, like before actually launching it. But what is it? There's a certain way to do that where you don't like make the video unlisted or something, because otherwise it fucks it. There's like a certain way to do that. It's just schedule. I think it's just scheduling it really is the best way to get the most out of it. Oh, we're gonna have to drop a black line in there. Hey, Rao, my dude! Welcome in, welcome in. I've been enjoying you chilling in your stream and half watching, because I'm not like fully watching, because I know at some point I want to play it, you know? But I can see that you've been enjoying your playthrough. Rao's been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I think that's the only issue with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for a lot of people, is that there's probably a lot of people who still haven't played it and want to play it because it kind of came out when loads of other things came out, and but I hope that the developers at least made money on the development and release of it at this point. I really hope they have. Already. You doing another stream later? I was playing bloody Tarkov with Iron and totally until nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. So I was a little late to arrive today here. Plus we were signed out of everything. Ever have that? You open a computer, signed out of everything, so I had to sign into everything. Also, I feel like somehow I've ended up with like another Beyond the Box Art account on YouTube. I'm not 100% sure, but I gotta look into that later today. Where it was just like, what the fuck is going on here? What's this? How have I logged into... Why is my logo up there and I've got no videos? What the fuck is going on? This can't be my channel. Just gotta look into that. I can't have a 5th YouTube channel. We're not maintaining 2 of them at least at the moment. I do have videos planned for all of them, but yeah. I mean, I was the same. It's recently hit 4 million sales. Alright, cool. So they'll have made money by now. I would have thought. Cool, man. That's super cool. That's the thing that, like, I really want to hear about that game in particular. I want to know that they've had success monetarily with it, because I think it's possibly one of the best game series and like concepts now that we have like graphics that can really kind of immerse you to the point of it feeling, you know, almost real. A game like that needed to come along. It had to. Something that was like really historically researched. Oh, apparently, yeah, a little bit. Oh! Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we started playing Tarkov last night. TD, me, and Iron. Iron got through the tutorial, I got through the tutorial, and we both got hit by the mine. I think you're meant to get hit by the mine. And then got through that. I went on a scav run with TD. We both got out of streets without any problems, really. But not like a huge haul of stuff. Then the 3 of us went in together to interchange. Iron died as we approached the power building. He got killed. I think on the first run, yeah. And then we all got out on the second run. Me and TD did a little like loot around. And then we went in a second time. All got out of interchange. With a quick little run. Killed a few PMCs and I think and scavs. And then we did we attempt to run on ground zero? We did a scav run on ground zero, didn't we? I think we should have just done the PMC run. I think. But there's a new DLC, but I'm not sure about that. Supposedly a horror take of some sort. That's kind of a cool idea. That's a very cool idea, really. You could drool all over that game. What? Tarkov? Do some side mission, adventure, murdering nonsense next stream. Oh, you mean Kingdom Come, right? Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm gonna have to go on and be right back in a second, I think. Nature might be calling. Where else has he got some gold? Gold! Oh yeah, I see some. Surely, yeah. Yeah, man. When that goes on sale at Christmas time, I can see myself getting it. That's when I will probably get KD too. Okay, here we go. So we've got these here. They're all going to be gold. Gold! I love gold! So was that. Where else was there? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Don't know about this tune. Don't mind a bit of Hammond organ. Don't at all mind a bit of Hammond organ. No objection to a bit of Hammond organ. But and it's got a kind of folk, bit of a sort of like folk vibe to it, you know, like British folk vibe to it. This does, but and I know it's at the end of the tune, but it sucks. So do that. I haven't done that either, but I'm not there yet in terms of needing to either. So. Actually, I might not be allowed to use, it may be a bit naughty to use music on YouTube Library and then exclaim, a track sucks. I don't think it's against TOS. It's also just kind of cool, uncool. Interesting, so that detail is like non-existent there. I'm gonna have to paint that in. I don't know if you guys can see that, but interesting. Enjoy your food, Rob. Catch you in a bit. Have we got everywhere that needs getting for the gold? I think we have for the base coat. Doesn't have any rings on his fingers, no. Yeah, that's all the base coats for the gold down. Oh. Okay, now that's all the base coats down for the gold. Yeah, cool. Mind you, we got a little bit to do down there, haven't we, still? Two happy birthdays in that style, no. No thank you. Unless it's somebody's birthday in chat, no. That's no. That's a straight up no. I will make sure that the Tangier is turned on for tomorrow here on YouTube. It's not turned on at the moment. Better. Okay, they're marked out. It's a bit weird, this guy. Good afternoon to you all. Mark, welcome in. Welcome in, Mark. How has your day been today so far? Has it been liquid? Every map has been updated. Like what? I expected that after what we played last night. We played customs, interchange, totally different. Ground Zero, was that different? From what we played of Ground Zero, have you? You've been cleaning using liquid detergents, not resin detergents. These bird demons are you doing? Oh, too bloody many. But we should be done with them by next week, basically. Should be done with them by next week, which I wish I could be done sooner with them. But we have... Oh, good God. We've got 4 more after this one to do. Obviously we've got the Shaman done. He looks better in real life than he does on camera. How do I... Okay, that's a bit... We are up close, aren't we? Shaman's done. This is how this is looking. Now he's all stuck together. He's nearly done. Needs to do eyes, finish his horns, and the gold highlights and shadows on his body. Gold and silver and purple highlights on those arrows. The gems in his bow. But the actual silver, I think, is done on the bow, maybe? There's so much. There's so much to do on these guys. It's exhausting, really. Like, they are an exhausting set. But me and Athenian have sort of talked about what's in line for next year. And it puts me at ease a little bit. Because we've agreed something a little bit more reasonable for, like, Magnus. So we'll be doing Magnus, hopefully, next year. I say reasonable. I honestly think that I could possibly do Magnus as quick as it takes me to do one of these guys. Like, maybe it'll take me an extra day or 2 at most. But I think it's going to literally be a similar amount of time as doing a single Tzangor as it will to do a Magnus. That's so fucked up, but
Like I've undercharged for these just so massively, not realizing how much longer they would take me. That when Athenian was like, "How do you feel about this from Magnus?" the other day, I was like, "Okay, that's cool. It kind of makes up for my fuck up on pricing with these." But also, I think if like I'd have priced these at the right price, it would scare anyone off of ever getting me to paint them to this quality. You'd be like, "No, you're right." And the thing is that, like, knowing me and the way I am, I gotta do that this kind of shit on the muscles and like kind of accentuate stuff, make it more visually interesting, because it's like it's a missed opportunity, really. This is the way to paint Tzangors, I feel like, the way that we're doing them. But and certainly we could probably save a lot of time with oils. And I there is a part of me that really regrets not just having done like a base coat, oil wash, clean up and highlight in with the metals. But I actually want to sort of learn how heavy metal guys do that, and I don't think they use oil washes on their metallics. They could, but I don't think they do. I think they do what they actually say on the heavy metal website, like what we've been trying. I think the other thing is, though, like when I'm focused on them, we are getting them done at a better speed than we started doing them at, right? So, like, that shaman took a week. Whereas, like, these guys are going to take about, like, 4 streams each. And hopefully, once we get round to doing the last 4, we'll, like, maybe I'll be in the mood and be okay with the idea of batch painting them. And then maybe I'll be able to cut them down to, like, 2 to 3 days each. But I naively thought that I basically priced these as a day each. I thought, well, I should be able to paint a really nice Tzangor in a day. But the reality is that it's like, yeah, they're sort of like 3 of our current days worth of painting minimum. And if I was to get sent the models again, and when I do like the Spearman, you know, I'll know the models a bit better, and I should be a bit faster with them. That's my hope. Right. So yeah, now I price these at like a day per Tzangor, and then applied the discount. Basically, like with the discount that Athenian's got at the Patreon level, he's got sort of like knocked off a Tzangor, basically. Sort of shaman effectively kind of comes for free. Yeah. Lesson learned. And I'm glad that it's with Athenian, because I like Athenian, and I wouldn't... If it were anyone else at this point, I would definitely be adjusting things, and I'd be like, hey, look, there's no way these Tzangors are getting done for this price. That's 100% would have happened with like another client, which I would hate to do, but because it's kind of against the kind of against my kind of policies, basically, which is that once you kind of get a quote that or we agree a price, not necessarily a quote, but because quotes could change depending on when like someone agrees. If you get a quote and I immediately agree it, then like I'll hold to the quote. But you know, if I quoted someone and they came back a month later and was like, is this valid? It might not be, for example.
But where was I going with this? Yeah, the basic sort of like principle is that we, you know, never adjust the price of a job once it's been agreed. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I will do it for the agreed price regardless of how much longer it takes me. And then I just have to, like, live with my consequences if I end up under quoting, you know, most of the time. And then hopefully learn my lesson a bit harder and be like, right, I cannot price that for that much in the future or whatever, you know. Gotta remember that actually a rhino only takes me 2.5 days, for example, or whatever, you know, like, that's, things like that, like, certain, just getting used to it. Like, there's a lot of mini painters out there who have done a lot more models than me, and it's a lot easier to judge across the different, you know, not just GW range, but all sorts of ranges, right? And until you get your hands on a kit and you start painting it, let's just get that all gold and we can do the gem on it. Make sure, yeah, that's cool. So there are a lot of people who are better at pricing than me, basically. And there's faster painters too. But trying to fix that whilst maintaining quality as well at the moment. Try to up the speed. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, life is all about give and take. There's a bit I've missed. Life is all about give and take. So, I'm into that. It's nice to be generous, you know? It's nice to be able to be generous. But in order to be generous, you have to sort of, especially doing what I'm doing, price your work correctly in order to have the ability to be generous, if that makes sense. You know, and get to the point, hopefully, eventually, where my work is sought after enough, and I've quoted enough times, where we're starting to hit that sort of nice ballpark area where it doesn't matter if we quote someone and they say, nah, I'm not interested because I've got enough work going on. You're meant to. There's a lot of people who do like contract work who typically stick to the mantra of something like 1/3 of your quotes, I think, or maybe even 2/3 of the quotes that you send out to people should be rejected. And that's how you kind of know that your price point's right. Something like that. I always question that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think that is, there's a fundamental kind of like law of economics in play there that make it true. So his stream the other day, Boneless, Studio Boneless, he's doing the same thing as he's doing Tzangor, is he? Right, let's clean up this brush. It's probably done with it for now. We've done the bulk work of all of that. Metallics. Let me, whilst and if there's still any gold in here. Is there? Have we got some? I think we got some. Not much. Maybe a bit dry. Let's just, whilst we're here. Let's see how good the coverage is even over white with that mix compared to if this was just Retributor Gold on its own. Using a little bit of that white aluminium and some Rhinox hide so that it's a nice sort of like lower than mid-tone base colour. Has excellent coverage over white for a metallic. I mean, this is kind of like the bottom of the well, to be fair, and is kind of dry, and often you may get a little bit more opacity with drier paint. You usually will if you're able to apply it than a wet paint. So there is that aspect. That'll do with that dry paint. Try to use as much of it as possible. Actually, kind of looks like they've used a different gold recipe on the on this part of it. You look, you see that? Really obvious, actually, to me. It seems. Let me just do this. Open that up. Oh. So that, obviously, here is the quiver. It's more of a brass, isn't it? See that difference? We've got all this warmth here in the golds, and you've got like, yeah, you've got almost sort of like orange red up here, and then it goes down to like the kind of like warmer metallic, especially here, which is actually, this is the knee, the point of the knee, and then here is the end of the quiver. You can see that they're different, right? There's none of that red-orange. There is none of that red-orange there. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so quick soap up of this brush and we'll crack on with the other one. Sweet. That'll do. Looks clear enough. A bit of stuff here and there. Tempted to have a nap? Oh, well, you know, I say if you feel like one, there's nothing wrong with going for one. As long as you make sure it's no longer than 40 minutes. So if you have a nap that's over 40, then you sort of, you're right up there with your REM sleep territory and risk waking up more tired. All right, that's what they say anyway. That's how they say. That's how that works. Let's just throw. It's a bit old. It's been on the pallet for a few days, this red has. Could do with refreshing it. Really. Yeah, avoid those midday 40 plus minute. That's just killer. That's no good. But a 20-minute one, if you can afford it. Okay. This is blue horror that we're using just to throw these white base coats down. Kind of being a little bit all over the place, aren't I? Starting on the red, moving over to the white like that. Cool. I feel like that should... This is obviously like the younger of them, of the three or something. He has this little feathers. Not sure about having done that, to be fair. Probably could have left those.
Yeah, no, I should have left this.
So they are. Oh, should I? Oh. It should have been this one. This. I can't tell actually.
2, 3, 1, 2, 6. There's only ring.
Maybe 5. Okay.
Oops. Easy fix, I think, maybe.
Okay. Come in with a little bit of a wash or something there. Okay. Okay. A bit of a mix of sunny skin tone and a reap orange. It's going to be a difficult eye to get. Let us drop a little bit of red, a little bit of brown. Turn that into a wash, hopefully. Okay. Probably need to get some fresh paint out on the palette, really. Okay, I kind of see it. I think. Really? But probably do need to just refresh my palette with a bunch of paints. To be fair, transfer a few over from what we got at the moment to a fresh palette. Sweet. That's okay. It's not as good as maybe I could have just gone in with yellow and thrown Cassandora yellow in there or something. Maybe this one's all right. Coming in with the magma red again, just to try and smooth it out a little bit. Okay, that ends up being too much, but do need to get the eyes in. Yeah, well, the refresh of the palette, I think it would be a good plan. be a good plan. That's better. Not overboard there. Oh, I quite like that. Maybe a little tiny wash of red on that. I think we need to clean up a little bit around the blue, like a little bit around. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Initially I thought you said no more than 40 minis, but no more than 40 minutes makes more sense. Really nap, not exceeding. Oh yeah. yeah. 40 minutes. Not minis. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to fall into that REM sleep unless it's night time. I think that kind of works. Get some red line in there. Yeah, no, that does make more sense. Count only 40 minis, no more. If you have counted 41, you have counted too much. You have counted too much. And the dreaded REM demon will come for you. That's better. That's better. It's not as good as theirs. Again, like, the paint job that they've done is actually just phenomenal, man. Off the charts. Off the charts, guys. And then, like, I really want to try some of the newest releases that they've done such wonderful paint jobs on as well. Got blue gems on here. Even sleep patterns decimated if exceeding the 40 minutes for sure. For sure, you know, your circadian rhythm is going to be all over the place. Trying to think of some sort of way to like turn circadian rhythm into a miniatures reference or something. Circadian? Circadian? Because circadians? Get it? No.
Just marking things out.
Marking some stuff out. Wait. Okay. My brush. I'm concerned at this point that that TD has had way more than 40 minutes sleep at this point. And as a result, you know, he's fallen deep into REM sleep, which stands for something minis. Can't even. Rapid eye minis, sure, whatever. That'll do. Rapid eye movement. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I was trying to make a joke, Mark, but it's okay. You don't. I don't understand your jokes. You obviously don't understand mine. It's a mutual thing. God knows how we found each other. Oh, I could have hit that with a bit more gold when we did that there. Bugger. I've hit some of the gold anyway with the red, that's fine. Oh, that doesn't look good coming out the back of my brush. You stop that right now. Whatever you're thinking of doing.
Okay, so the eye is just gold by the looks of things.
Gold! I love gold! Sweet.
Alright, marked out. Things are marked out. Rabid accessor moves.
Nice. Rabbit accessor minis? Yeah, no, that works. That's good. That's actually good. Let's use that. What are we using it for? I don't know. Let's use it anyway.
That's one of my end stream vids.
What do you mean?
I need the hobby version for the acronym. Second time. It's one of my end stream vids.
What do you mean? Stream vids. to get some more red on the palette. It's ridiculous. Sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah. Stretch out for a sec. You pick up some purple shade. Thing is, this is called a TMM stream. Better do some shading on that. Do some more of this on my palette. The HUD somewhere. Cool, you haven't lost it. Yeah, we need more of this on the palette, really. Right. Ask it to come back. Quick tip, don't duplicate scenes in OBS Studio. It's a literal copy, and that I didn't realise when I started changing it. Yeah. Maybe, but so you can probably like duplicate and then rename a scene. And so long as it doesn't change the name of the other scene that you duplicated it from, in theory it shouldn't change it, but cycle every minute of that end of stream pod. Stretch. This is courtesy of Rao, what we have here. Ranibo Sprinkle, Spinch, Ketchup, Pennets. Thanks, Rao. I appreciate these kinds of memes. That's not bad. That's not a bad meme. It's not awful. It's a literal copy. Unless I would tag set somewhere. Yeah, I don't know how that's happened, to be honest, dude. In theory, when you copy a scene, it becomes like the scene in brackets 1. It's kind of what should happen in my head. And then that should be a separate scene. But, the easiest way to do it is just to like select all of your sources in that scene, copy those, create a fresh scene. No, I'm not going to explain a joke. I'm not going to kill the stream explaining a joke to you. Sorry. I'll send it to you and you can figure it out. I'll send it to you and maybe you'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll send it to one of your Discord accounts. Very confusing person. Having 2 Discord accounts. Who does that? Right. Okay. I need to do enough NMM on this model in the next 8 minutes to justify the stream title. Did we use Megas? Where is my purple wash? That's okay. That's all right. That's not my problem that it went over your head, Mark. I've sent you it. If it does to you, then yeah, sure. That's sure. Why not? If that's what it means to you, that's what it means to you, dude. Not my job to help inform you and figure it out for you. It's not your stream. So, suck it. That's alright. Again, not my problem. It's okay. So I'm just applying some purple now into the shadows and moving swiftly on from Mark's not being able to get a joke. Because Mark doesn't get a joke. This is a moment that I can just enjoy. Right? Because there's loads of times I'm sat here wondering what the fuck Mark is talking about. And I'm sat here trying to figure out his explanation in chat. And it's a total waste of my time most of the time. And energy. And now you are struggling with a meme that Raoul's sent me, which I've forwarded on to you. And that's okay. That's okay by me. I'm fine with that. Yep. Suck it. Fucking suck it. Suck on the joke you don't understand, Mark. I'm not even going to explain it, because I don't have to. Because I'm painting, and that's what this stream's about. Not about your confusing shit. Suck it! I'm enjoying this moment, you can tell. I need to get Rao to send me more memes like that. More memes that Mark will struggle to understand. And get my payback. Cheers, Rao, I owe you for that one, buddy. So there's multiple levels to it. You can appreciate that meme on multiple levels, which is part of why it's good. Still not going to explain what levels they are though. There's at least 3 that I can appreciate that meme from, and it's funny because of all of those things. But to explain it would be to ruin it, which that's if you want to make a habit of explaining things and ruining them, you can, but I'm not going to. Have you figured it out? You figure at least one of the ways in which it's... I mean, your suggestion works. Genuinely. Sure. It could be a reference to being punch drunk or something. Whatever the hell you were talking about. Whatever the hell you were trying to say. Doesn't make sense to me. But whatever it is that your interpretation works. If it works for you, I think that's something that you can apply to the rest of life. Live. Do that. I can't find any levels that people. So obviously the common denomination is that they are all misspelled. Okay. So when you're playing a fighting game. Right, the thing that ties the choice of your characters together from your character choosing, character screen, is that they're all fighters. Okay? So, that is at least the first level. God, I hate that you're making me fucking explain this, Mark. You're such a cunt. Honestly, you can go to hell, mate. You will go to hell for this. You're going to hell for this, Mark, just so you know. This is literally, you'll go to hell for this. If hell's a place, you're on your way there making me do this. There's other levels though as well, right, okay? They're all connected by being food, which is, the common theme is, when you choose a fighter in a fighting game, is that they're all fighters. So we have the combination of this all being food. They're all food. They're all misspelt. Okay, it's dumb. It's dumb. They're all dumb misspellings. You know, this is clearly pictures which probably haven't all come from the same place, but maybe they have. And all of these things, in terms of the way that you can experience and think about that meme, is why it's funny.
Isn't like a Foo Fighter some sort of like completely indescribable thing or something like that? Isn't it just a meaningless term? Oh, I see what you did there. Oh my god, it's another one of your awful jokes. Why? Why are you like that? Fucking awful. It's clear, to be clear, you don't have any kids, right, Mark? Like, it's not like you... Like, what's with the dad jokes? Do you have kids? I feel like dad jokes really should be reserved for people with kids. Don't... You've got to stop using them, dude. It's a misuse. It's a misuse of dad jokes. You know? I'm not your kid to embarrass, Mark. I don't stream so that you can have the experience of embarrassing your children in front of people. Okay? We are not blood relations, and I don't deserve this. That is something that was reserved for my father to do to me. In company. You know? In good company. Is to embarrass me. This is not your job. Sake. You know, there's worse things to go through than dealing with this shit. There's worse shit to go through than dealing with these bad jokes. Group, drop the D. Yes, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of the actual explanation by the band of the name. I feel like they kind of like, maybe that's the thing where they've like, it doesn't really mean anything. I can't remember if that's the case or if that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe in your mind, you know. Although, what is for tormenting others? Like, I don't know that I need to read Dante's Inferno, but for tormenting others, what level of hell do you get sent to? I'm just curious, you know, because it's, I don't know if that's the first one or not, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of been assigned a number. Hey, I can't be that mad. Most people don't send me money for food when I'm at death's door. Post things in the Discord. But Mark does. So Seventh circle. Thanks for checking. That's pretty deep. Thanks for verifying that. Debunked. You are not on the first level. You are on the 7th. Debunked. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It's a World War II to describe mysterious, unidentified flying objects. Oh yeah. You are the 7th level. No. You don't, just by arriving there, you don't get to be the very level. No,
Sorry, you don't get to rise above your station like that. Just like nothing happened. See what you're trying to do there? Not gonna let it happen. Hell no. Not gonna let that happen. I will not let it stand. You become a denizen of the 7th level of hell right now. Where you belong. Okay, right. Purple works quite well for this purpose right now. Securing us some near black recesses through sheer opacity onto the surfaces it's going on. Works quite well. Dun, dun. Yeah, I mean, you know. Don't mean to make it sound like I don't appreciate you, Mark, but there are times where I do. To be clear. So Oi. Oi. Yep. Just having a laugh. Yeah, no. We are. Except for when I'm being punished by you with terrible jokes. Then it's just pain and suffering. You're the person inflicting it. Except for then. And then but yeah, no, apart from those times, we are. I don't feel like I'm asking much for you to just meet us in the middle with the quality of your jokes. Sorry, dude. I kinda being a douche at the moment. You know. It's a little bit of deserving it and making yourself an easy target. It's a bit of a combination of the two. Get what you pay for, mate. Yeah, well, exactly, right? Just join the Patreon. Help! Help regularly. Although I do appreciate not wanting to have like more subscription services in one's life. I will say that. You know, can't really, you know, I appreciate that. Famous sprinkle would have to be Jubilee in that Marvel game? Sure. Because I know Marvel games. I've expressed an interest in Marvel before. Not knocking anyone enjoying Marvel games, that's fine. Or anything Marvel, actually, but I just don't care. Just don't care about superhero comic books. Just don't care. About superhero movies, just don't care. Kind of don't mind X-Men, because it's sort of like, you know, it doesn't feel so black and white and boring. You know, there's a little bit more complexity, it feels like, in some of the characters. Which I'm sure they've probably injected into all of the Marvel heroes and stuff. Realising that made, like, them much cooler by giving them some sort of, you know, imperfection. But, you know, it just feels like retconning or whatever. I suppose Superman's always had some, like, you know, flaws built in, right? Coming from like a broken home, from a different planet, getting used to like a new culture or some shit, like having to deal with the differences of that and human relationships or something like that. Something. Why are we doing this when we've got to do the bloody white? That is such a terrible order to things. Good job, great job. Peanuts. A small or two Daredevil Beagle. Fury Road, Mad Ketchup, Fury Road. All of these terrible collections that make no sense to anyone but you in your own mind, Mark. To try and make it all make sense so that you can laugh about it is kind of sad to watch. It's like seeing the decline of every politician that ever steps into the White House. Once they realise, you know, how power works or whatever. It sort of feels like that, you know. Feels like early onset dementia that we're all experiencing in real time through your chats. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like Mark has attained that ideal Shrek zone. It's, you know, that some people have to, like, get into low oxygen levels to actually achieve. Have to, like, get that reduced brain function. That's such bullshit. I'm glad you take this kind of thing well, Mark. You know, you're taking it well. But I want you to take it a bit more seriously for a second. Really consider what I'm saying. Not as a joke for a second. No, jokes. Oh dear. Okay. I'm only really retaliating. That's the other thing to bear in mind. It's righteous fury and retaliation that I have. You know, like this. You've all seen it. You've all seen this stuff that Mark types out. You know, you understand. This is why there's very little kickback right now, Mark, and no one coming to your defense. You understand? Because it's justified. Okay? It's fully justified. It's taken me a lifetime to achieve this level of idiocy. There you go. It's like the opposite, I feel like, for me. It's like I've gone through a whole lifetime of being an idiot to get to the point where I'm, like, able to make light of this situation and not break down mentally because of it. And when I say this situation, I... No, good stop. Stop. I'm stopping. I'll be stopping streaming in a second too, because we've got to finish for the day. So, you know, there's a limit to how much... I don't want to end the stream talking about the ideal Shrek zone and, like, why I think Mark is in it. Shut up, Mad Cat! Alright, that's fair. You earned it, but okay, fair. I've said enough. Enough has been said. Enough said, as they say. You made us sterner stuff. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have been hardened by the ravages of time. Okay. Pretty ready for the highlights on this gold though, and I quite like to kind of push and get that done. Even though we're going to finish... we started 10 minutes late. We're finishing at least 15 minutes later than planned at this point now. But if I can just throw the brown into the shadows and then throw the gold on top, then we've got the gold done on this lad, basically. Although now is the time to do the blue, to be fair. It's not actually the time to finish the gold highlights. We could finish the gold shadows, as I'm thinking and suggesting. Shouldn't take too long because there's only a tiny little bit to kind of throw in, you know? Never go full Shrek. It's true. Hey, they don't say that for no reason, you know. That should, yeah, that should be gold there. So I don't know if this is mahogany or what, but it's a very dark brown that we're using basically. Come on, blow for me. A little bit harsher in a few places, but alright. Doodle-doo. good to go, I think, there. I think I am starting to get the hang of this this NMM, this TMM jazz a little bit. Still is weird at times as a process to me, but starting to kind of get it a little bit more, I think. Alright, that'll do, I think, for the shadows on him. I should bring the highlights up nicely, I think. Yeah. A little bit of the dark turquoise from Procryl here. Right. Right. Come in with Aram and smooth all this out in a second. I'm going to do the lines as well around the edges, little blue horror lines. Cool. Nice. Nice. Just as I like to do, isn't it? This part. Found that vid. What vid? What vid you found? When I thought I lost one. Oh, yeah. Good to hear. Nice. Just laid out. Let's try to do the awkward highlights. And then we are on like home stretch territory, really. Come on, this is fairly fresh paint. Don't dick me about. Not like yesterday when we were doing it on Twitch. Should be smooth and clean, you motherfucker. I could hear that. No, we're running a lot longer than planned so far today, but I want to be able to finish and then use today's stream to actually edit something, you know. Clean that up a little bit with some blue in a little bit. That's fine. Don't know about this tune with that. Yeah. No, I'm skipping this stream. Sorry, but that was very painful on the ears. Too much mid. Not great EQ balancing on that. I'm fine with adjusting all of these with a little bit of blue later, but I do just want to get these lines put in because they make a big difference. You can kind of start to see it starts to come together with them. And then the gold is very ready for the gold highlights once this is down, so long as I don't do loads of awful bits which need cleaning up like that, but I need to move the initial placement of objects. Talk to me about it off stream. Talk to me about it off stream, dude, and I'll help you out with it. But if you know having problems with OBS, just DM at me or put it in the Discord or something. That's an awkward place to get to. I haven't really given it a shadow either, but oh that's fine. I can deal with that. Come on, brush. Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's like bringing it up whilst I'm streaming, like the whole, like, you having troubleshooting issues with your own stream software is cool. Although, you could, yeah, whatever, yes, whatever. But, so just DM me, and I'll be well up for jumping in and helping you out and getting whatever your issue is sorted out off stream. I know we've got to come in and smooth that blend out, but do it with Araman and clean it at the same time on these lines if they're sketchy. No, I know. That's why I'm not like kind of having a go about it. I figured you weren't doing it intentionally. It's just making chat, isn't it? Which I do appreciate, and do appreciate the chat. But I can be more helpful with DMs, and yes, there's other places, other times, or whatever, right? Okay. Close this. Check my reference. Let's get a little bit of Araman blue involved. Smooth this stuff out. Got some guff on my brush, I do, don't I? Right. Enrich this a little. Try not to take those lines out that we just put in, but clean them up in whatever spots it needs it. That's better. Yeah, that just is helping to pop those blues off a little bit. The Araman is great colour, really good colour to be fair. Some powerful stuff, this Araman blue. We've got the noise of gardening going on in the background. So I don't know if that's going to end up being more of an invasive noise than it is at the moment, but it could do, and if it does, I'm sorry. I will turn noise suppression on if it does get to that stage. they're coming in. Let's throw the noise suppression on. So you're probably hearing that, and it ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Bosh. Bosh. Fixed. Yeah, that's gonna go on for like 2 or 3 hours now that someone's arrived to do it. Usually that's what that means, if not like most of the rest of the day. I wish they would come consistently on the same day at the same time, but the gardeners just kind of seem to turn up whenever the hell they want. It can be a Monday, it can be Tuesday, it can be Wednesday, it can be a Thursday. And it could be 9 o'clock in the morning, or it could be midday, or it could be 1 o'clock like it is now, or nearly 2 o'clock. Yeah, that's true. They do an okay job. They do an okay job. It's at this time of year, it is mostly leaf blowing. It's just leaf blowing. Sounds like your window cleaner. What the fuck is your window cleaner doing? Mind you, to be fair, could have a noisy pump you could have a noisy pump connected to the hose, connected to the pole, so they can sound like that. But he needs to get a new pump if that's what his pump sounds like. Speaking from experience, that pump's about to go if it sounds like that. Or he's got like maybe a higher energy draw one than he needs or something. It's another possibility. Oh, times, right. yeah. Well, window cleaners, I think that is very normal. And it's also normal with gardeners, to be fair. It is normal with gardeners because they, they rely on the weather. But it was dry. It was just as nice as it was yesterday, and just as dry on the ground. So that excuse isn't there for them. But then it's just down to other jobs maybe being backed up, and it's like, yeah, they have an order to get to things, and they will get to them in order. If it's pouring it down, they're not exactly going to be out like blowing leaves or chopping grass or whatever. Appreciate everyone coming in. Mark, Nogel, Matt, Aphelion, Total, PD. Who am I missing? Missing someone. I feel like I'm missing someone. May not be actually. Bit of Rao. I'm missing Rao. Thank you, Rao. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. That's everyone. Quieter today than it was yesterday. But we have this gold now. Just needs gold highlights. But you can sort of see. Let's put us back on for a second before we finish. I mean, this lad is super close to finishing now that we've done those little like inside blue highlights. I might want to, yeah, so I'm gonna like do a little shade down with some black wash or something to give it that transition. I might do that with the other panels of blue, so that we've got that kind of like lighter at the top, darker at the bottom thing that's very present on the box art. Yeah, I gotta go and eat. But he's pretty close. Pretty happy with where he's at. Pretty happy with where that one's at. I think tomorrow this will definitely be done. This part of it very early. I would have thought with the gold highlights, the gems, his horns, and like the feathers, we should get that done in the first hour. So tomorrow on YouTube we should be airbrushing this and then laying the gold down on it. So, and that has to go on top of this as well. So got a bit to do. But I think we're kind of speeding up with it a little bit. I know like we've been a lot of dawdling today, and as a result of a ridiculous
gaming night last night on a weeknight, which is never happening again. I'm just literally never doing it. Well, I want to stick to this schedule. I believe in this schedule. I believe in what we're doing. And I want to stick to it, and don't want to get derailed. So I'm kind of going to ask TD and also Iron and other people around me to, you know, give me support with that if you can. No, I don't. I mean, we yesterday's stream was lots of progress with this, and today's stream was literally like most of it was waking up. So it definitely was the fun from last night. And I'm just asking, I'm saying, dude, if it gets to like midnight and I'm still playing games, and I'm like, I think I should call this my last one. Like, let's all fold in on that idea. It's just gonna be shit for Iron. And it's shit for us because it's shit for me because I don't get to play with Iron because he's literally the other side of the fucking world, and it would be good to play some more Tarkov. I'd like to play until 2 in the morning every morning and play Tarkov with him, but I fucking can't. That's just not an option for me. So, not if I want to do what I want to do. So, right. I love you all. Thank you for hanging out today. I will, I'll see you in a few hours on Twitch, like in 5 hours, whatever it is. 4 hours? We'll see you in 4 hours on Twitch. And see you in the Discord. I'm going to jump into the Discord in a little bit. I'm going to get some food. I might go for a little walk, and then I'll jump into Discord. So I'll be in Discord at like 3 o'clock, something like that. Might be up for some games. We'll see. All right. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Bye, 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 bye.
If you enjoyed that episode of Beyond the Box Art,
yeah, don't look at the eBay shop. It's not there yet. We'll have a website soon. But otherwise, this is all still relatively relevant.
Use the eBay shop.
All right. Bye, bye, bye.
And if you really enjoy the content, you can support me directly at